with two young lovers in the audience. Somewhere out in the audience, right there, there's two people right now who fall in love. It's a jazz guitar guy and a very cute rock fusion student. And they're out there and they've fallen in love, and suddenly around the audience, guitar players start to rise out of their seat. And they start to rise up through the tent and into a large alien spaceship that's somewhere above the tent. That's right, there's a large alien spaceship up there. It's a race of evil aliens. The Bi-Millennial Dance Contest, where they need to... See, the reason they need the guitar players is because they're a race of two-fingers aliens and bass players and drummers, and they need guitar players so they can dance and breed and start a whole new race of aliens to take over the world! As you can see, our two young lovers are shocked. They're dismayed. They're like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? How are we going to do this? They heard about somewhere in Columbia Falls that there's a dancer that works in a club over there. That's the best dancer they've ever seen. So they start to travel away down to Columbia Falls to meet the dancer and see if they can convince her to come with them on a spaceship to try to save the guitar players and save the world! So they start off on their way to Columbia Falls, but in between they find a horde of zombies. Flesh-eating zombies, zombies that want your brains. Zombie brains! There are zombies out there, and they can't stand it. So they get past the zombies because they're slow zombies. So they're not the real fast zombies. They're more like the Walking Dead zombies. They just kind of lumber along. And so what happens next? Anyway, so they go into the Stagger Inn where they encounter the beautiful and talented Brittany, a jazz dancer. But suddenly, Jeremiah and Daisy May, well, they don't really like Jeremiah starts to look at Brittany, and he's like, whoa. And Daisy May's like, whoa, hey, what's going on here? And she slugs him. And she slugs him again. And then she kicks him 4 times. And then but they know they have a job to do, and they'll deal with this later. So they get our beautiful dancer Brittany, and they start to travel off back to the Crown Continent, the Big Meadow, where there's a giant spaceship waiting for them. And the spaceship starts to take off for the planet Zoo. It reaches the planet Zoo where they meet the alien ambassador. He's a tiny little guy. He lives on the alien planets. He's like this. And he says, "You will never get your guitar players back." So, the only way you ever get the guitar players back is we will challenge you to a dance contest right here on this very stage. You ready to see a dance contest? So, what happens next? Well, the alien dances. Then Brittany dances. dances even more. She's a dancer with a heart of gold. And the alien starts to shrink back in fear and dismay. And then the alien dances some more. And then the zombie dances. And pretty soon everybody's dancing. So this is the dance contest portion of our show here, as you can see. And so things were looking a little grim until Brittany takes out a big boombox and she rocks some disco and shows us what it's all about. That's right, who can help that? And the zombie dances, and the alien dances. All right. Just then the alien comes up to the microphone towards me, and he says, "I'm sorry. You have won this battle, but you have not won the war. No, we will be back soon." So they get back in their spaceship and they go back down to Earth. And, of course, our young lovers, Daisy May and Jeremiah. And they all come back to the Crown of the Continent Festival. Back to the tent. And all the guitar players come with them and they're back home safe. And what's the point of this whole story? There's no point to the story. We just wanted an excuse to play Kung Fu Fighting. They wrote this and we performed this thing in 2 hours of rehearsal time.